ladies, today I'm going to show you how to do some stuff in Nail Art Studio. So to get to the Nail Art Studio from the main page, you just go to Shop and then Nail Art Studio. You can also get to it through your dashboard, but I find this to be the easiest way. Then you're going to choose Get Started Now. And mine just is pulling me straight in because I'm already logged in. If yours goes to a login page, log in, and then you'll be able to do it from there. Alright, I'm going to agree to the terms and conditions. Make sure you read through these if you haven't before. It tells you about trademarks and about the pricing and refunds and stuff like that. Alright, so I've already uploaded one design that I had made before. I've also uploaded, you can't see it because it's white here. It says Army, but it's on a clear background. And I've uploaded a little camo design. I'll upload one more thing just to show you how to upload. So you choose select, and it's going to pull you into your folders. You can then choose whatever folder you want. I keep all my stuff in a Jamberry folder on my OneDrive. And I will go ahead and upload this chevron. And hit open. And hit upload. Okay, so that's going to start uploading. While that's uploading, I'm going to show you how to recreate real quick from a design that you've already done. So you upload your PNG file or JPEG file into NAS, and then you're gonna need to stretch it to make it big enough to fit the nails. So I'm gonna stretch this out. I'm gonna have to drag it and stretch it again a little bit more to get it to the exact size. And actually still need to do it a little bit bigger. Alright, once you get it big enough, it'll fit over. You want to make sure that that little line around there is totally covered so that your whole nail is covered. And then you'll hit apply to multiple, and you'll select it to the size of the file you're doing. So I'm doing that on 1A, and it'll pop up down here at the bottom. And then I go to 2. 2 is usually the most difficult one to get sized correctly. You'll have to make it bigger again, and you'll lose some of your design on the size 2 one. Usually not too much of your design, but a little bit, just because it's, for some reason, comes out weirdly. So, let me line that back up. And then I'm going to apply to multiple again, and apply that to number 2. And then, for number 3, I'm going to go ahead and choose, let's pretend I don't want that number 3. I want something else for number 3. Like, I want a kind of plain background for number 3. So I'm going to line it up with their number 4 that they did on that wrap. So then I can hit apply multiple, choose number 3. See, it fits in there. You just have to make sure that it fits correctly. And then let's say I wanted to make the one they had for number 3 into number 4. Now I'm going to need to size that down a little bit because it's too big because it's bigger. Size it down a little bit, and I may have to size it down more, just depending. Or I may have to size it back up just a little bit. I sized it down a little bit too much. Size it back up a little bit. And then I can get it in there. Okay, and I'm going to apply that to number 4. Alright, so that's how you're going to recreate. And you would do that with every nail until you got all your nails on the top row and the bottom row finished. But if you're not doing a recreation from a already done design, you can delete that out. And let's say you wanted to do some layering. So I have this camo design. I clicked on it to get it to come up there. And then I have this army. And I did the army on a transparent background so that I would be able to layer it. And so I'm going to size it down to the size that I need it to. And actually we're going to do this for number 5. So I'm going to size it down, get it to where it'll fit nicely. I may have to move it up a little, down a little, just depending. And then I want to say army on the other side too, so I'm going to click army again. And then I'm going to line that up with that one so that they're the same size on both sides of the nail, or in the nail wrap. And then once I've gotten it lined up, I want it to rotate so that it's facing the other direction on the other side. So I'm going to click rotate over here. And I'm going to type in 180 degrees and hit apply. Now it popped it over there and it popped it up there. So I'm going to then drag it back in here get it lined up where I want it. And then I'm going to apply to multiple and choose number 5 for that. Let's say I wanted this to also be on the bottom number 3. I could leave it like that, or I could make each side a little bigger. Make the army on each side a little bigger if I wanted to. And let's see, army, and then I'm going to apply to multiple, and I'm going to put this as number 3 at the bottom. So now I have number 3 at the bottom, different from the number 3 at the top. So that's how people do when they want different on the top than on the bottom row. It's pretty simple, easy to go. I'm going to go ahead and delete this out. Now, if I just wanted to do just a regular design on there, I could take that purple chevron that I uploaded, and I might want to make it a little bigger, smaller, however, just make sure that you always cover, you have some expanding around the edge of that nail design there. Okay, so I'm going to apply that to 1, 2, 4, 5 on the bottom, and let's apply to 6, 7, 8 on the top. Make sure that you always hit apply to selected, that way it just applies to the ones you've selected. If you hit apply to all, it's going to apply to all of the nails. So I'm going to hit apply to selected. So it's applying to those. It's going to take a second or two because it's got to render it and get it all done. Okay. And so I still have some nails on there that I need to do. Now Jamberry also offers designs that they've pre-done for you. So if you wanted a certain color background, you could go in here and choose whatever color you want, hit select, got it on there. Now I've got that solid color. I could apply that and have just a solid color, so we'll apply that to number 9. Or I could use one of their other designs to place over that solid color. So let's say I wanted to do a chevron, but I wanted a different chevron than what I had already created on my own. Let's say I wanted a purple background with a kind of blue chevron on top. I can hit select, and now I've got that blue chevron-y kind of look on top. Now that chevron's obviously bigger than the one that I had created, so that's why sometimes I create them, sometimes I use Jamberry. So I'm going to apply that to 7 on the bottom. And I'm going to now delete that chevron. Let's say I want some polka dots. I'm going to make some purple. So now I've got a dark purple with a light purple. And I'm going to apply that to number 6 and number 8. Now let's say I wanted it to say Army on top of that purple, that polka dotted stuff that I've got there. I could then go back over here and get my Army one and have it on top of that. So you can layer multiple layers. You can layer as many layers as you want. And let's say this time, instead of wanting it to be exactly the opposite or exactly 180 degrees different, let's say I just wanted to make it going up and down instead of going sideways. I could hit rotate clockwise, and that's going to put it that way. And so then I could apply that. And also make sure that you're doing it for the right size nail. So I need to do this for size 9. So I actually need to make that bottom one a little smaller. So I make it smaller, and pull it up, and then I'm going to apply to multiple, and I'm going to put it on the bottom on number 9. Alright, once you have all of your designs, your top 9 and your bottom 9 done, you can then hit preview, and it's going to take it a couple seconds to render. And sometimes it renders correctly, and sometimes it renders incorrectly. Mine rendered incorrectly this time, because you obviously can't see the stuff that I had just done on that one. So if it renders incorrectly, go ahead and close it and try again, and see if it renders correctly the second time. And it still did not. Sometimes it takes a couple tries to get it to render correctly. Let me make sure I really applied that right. Yeah, because see, you can see that I have it the way I want it here. Then when I hit preview, hopefully it does it the correct way this time. And sometimes it will, and sometimes it won't. I'll try one more time. If I don't get it this time, I'm just going to show you how to save it the way it is. You want to try to make sure that you get it the way you want it before you actually order. It's still doing that funky thing. Okay, anyways, let's pretend like it did what it was supposed to. And I wanted to save this so that I could share it with other consultants. I would right-click on the image, use the right clicker thing on your mouse, and then hit Save Image As. And it's going to pull this up. I'm just going to call that sample so I know to delete it later. And save it into whatever folder you're using for your Jamberry stuff. Hit Save. Now that JPEG, that's a JPEG that I just saved of that. I can then take that and upload that into my NAS design share group if I wanted to. Let me apply this one more time. Sometimes if I apply it a second time to the one that's not showing up correctly, then it'll show up correctly in the preview. So I'm going to try that for you and see if that worked. And it still did not. I personally wouldn't purchase this until I got that to actually show up in the preview, just to make sure that you have it the way you want. But whenever you do get it correctly and you get it where it's previewing correctly, and I'm going to try one more time and hope that it did what it was supposed to. And it did that time. Finally, it came through like it's supposed to. Okay, so that's what I wanted it to look like. So I've got it how I want, and I'm ready to order. I would then hit Purchase. And it's going to take me over here. And it's got it in here. And I can order up to 25 of that one sheet. It's only going to charge me that $6 once. But my total is now going to be $468.75 plus that $6. Now I could go and continue shopping and order another wrap. So let's say I'm going to No Art Studio again and get started. It's going to pull me back in. And let's say this other one, I just wanted all camo. So I'm going to click camo, I'm going to hit apply to multiple, and I'm going to hit apply to all. And because I've applied that to all, I'm not even going to preview it. I'm just going to assume that it applied it correctly. If I was really placing this order, I would preview it, but since I'm not going to. And then I'll hit purchase. It's going to pop up with some funky thing most of the time. Just hit OK. We checked with support and they said it just does that, but you're totally fine. And then I've got it in there. I can go ahead and say I wanted 5 of it and I wanted 9 of that. That's still only going to charge me that $6 setup fee once for that total order. So, and then if you had gift cards you needed to put in because you had your customers pay with gift cards, you can put those codes in there, hit apply coupon, those will go up, then you would hit proceed to checkout. Or if you needed to add another wrap, hit continue shopping, add another one. You have to be fairly quick or NAS will time out on you though. So, that's it for today. I hope this was helpful for you. Thanks.